How's everybody doing? Good to see y'all. Um, as always, kind of want to start out um, with any kind of dedications, things like that. And normally we talk about uh, if if you're feeling like you want to hurt yourself or anything like that, to give us drop us the email. If you do have our number, give us a call or dial 988 and get help that way. Well, um, I mean, we do care. Myself and Andrew do care. Um, and unfortunately, Andrew can't be here at the moment. Not really sure what's going on. I've been calling him and he's not answering, so I don't know. Maybe something came up, but I really wanted to dedicate this show to not I don't want to say a fallen brother, but um, he'd been sick for a while and we lost him. We lost him like 2 days ago. Um, Robert Kendrick, hell of a guy. He was at my first duty station. Super cool guy, man. I just like when I first came into the army and I met him. He was one of those guys that I don't want to say I looked up to him, but I kind of looked up to him. Okay. But he was always, always cracking jokes, always, always smiling and worked like super hard all the time. And like I said, I always tried to emulate certain things that he did. I always tried to, even today, I still have, I try to, when I feel like I don't want to do something, I'm like, man, Kendrick wouldn't do that, you know? So, um, this one's for you, buddy. We love you and we miss you, man. But I will say tonight's show is going to be about uh, basically training. Um, it's something that, in the military we did a lot. Okay. We always practice. Uh, Excuse me. I'm so sorry. But we practice what we preach. Train, 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 and then when you're all done training, get ready because we're going to train some more. Okay, until everything becomes second nature, and that's kind of what we're talking about today, sort of. Um, but it's a actually it is something that is used on some military posts. Um, it's it, how can I say it can be fun. It can be fun. You can do competitions against your friends. The best part is you can track your improvements. Um, but I'm not going to waste it for you. All right, so we'll get into that in a minute. But training at home, guys, that's basically what it is. Training at home, um, especially with the way things are today. Um, Nothing's cheap. Everything's pretty expensive. So how are we supposed to train when ammunition costs so much? Simple, very simple. There are at least that I know of three different training systems that you can use at home. But by far the one that I personally have found that I really like the most uh, is a brand, and I don't even know if I'm even allowed to even use their name on you, excuse me, on YouTube. But it's we'll just call it the Strike System, even though it's not called the Strike System. It's close to that, but we'll just call it the Strike System. Okay. um, Not only do I use it, and I don't have the pro setup yet. I will, but I've coached with it, taught with it, and I'm not a certified teacher by any means. Okay, but I've taught what I know. Okay, and not saying that what I know is always correct, or or it might even be outdated. But it was something that I was taught, once before, So I extend that to other people, folks that that I've helped out. And you can take this, you can put the target up in the house. All you need is a cell phone. Okay. That's all you need. And basically what it does is you take the phone on your camera, or the camera on your phone. All right. And you're going to set that up. I think it's either two to, or up, up to 10 feet or as close as 2 feet, whichever way it can. Hey guys, give me 1 second here. Guess who's calling? Hey brother, you're on air right now. You're on YouTube.
Am I really?
And you're on speaker. Yes. There. Let me get this going. Hold on. What's up? Oh no. Okay. No worries. No worries. No worries. Right on. Well, we're going. So as soon as you get there, I'll let you in. Cool, man. No problem. He's on the way, guys. Everything's cool. Hey, Miguel, how you doing? Whip, good to see you again, brother. But as I was saying, basically what I'm going to talk about is just training at home. And again, with ammunition costing so much, this works perfect. Okay. You can do different, like different drills with it. Like I like to do, uh, just, just for, practicing acquiring a target and firing, you know? So I'll sit with my back away from the target. And then when the timer, you'll hear a beep, beep, you turn, unholster, shoot. Okay. Holster back up. Get ready to go, turn, and shoot. Okay. So it'll time you. Whenever that timer goes off, it'll time you to how fast you can acquire the target and how fast you can kill it. And basically how accurate you are. I can't afford to. The little bit of ammunition I do have, probably have 1,000 rounds of 5.56, 223, and a couple boxes of 410 and Colt 45. Nice. I tell you what. Now are you talking long Colts? The 45 long Colt? That's a bad bullet, boy. Ooh, that's a bad bullet. I love that 45 long Colt. Yeah, that's an old school round. Dig it. And that 410 works great in the Judge too. But anyway, so I wanted to get in touch on that. And just you figure for a box of ammunition, okay? I thought I had a box sitting here. Yeah, I do. I might in here. For a box of ammunition, okay? And that's what a 50 round box, right? Yeah. 50 round box, 9mm Lugers, okay? For that box of shells, you can go buy like cheap rounds, you can buy decent rounds. Now those are just like my home protection rounds and rounds that I carry every day. But you can get ball ammunition fairly cheap. But if you're like me, I don't have a lot of money to throw around. It doesn't help me, as far as going out spending a whole bunch of money that I really don't have. You know what I mean? But with the laser training system, I have the opportunities to train and keep up with with the techniques and things that I already have, that I'm good at or bad at. I can improve on those. I can get better on other stuff. So I'm so sorry, folks. I took a pill earlier and it knocked me out. I'm still trying to wake up. But it's a great system. The one that I personally, and actually I do sell these systems as well. And they have two different models of it. You have the standard and the pro. The pro is super cool, because you can actually compete against your friends with it. So you can, and it's completely safe. Safe as can be. And as always, I mean, and I've been around firearms my whole life. Even when I was in the military, I was around them every day because that was my job. I was an armorer as well as other things that I did. But I just forgot I was going to go with that. I've been around them, my whole life. Been around firearms forever and ever, and just keeping up with what you have is vital. It is as far as what you're doing on a daily basis. Uh, Remembering what you do, how you do it. That's why I say train, train, train until it becomes second nature, and you'll never doubt yourself. You'll never think about, oh dang, am I aiming properly? Oh wait, let me hold on a second. Let me hold this just right. You got to do this till it becomes second nature. Okay. So again, that's why I sell this particular system that we're talking about, and that's going to be our tech tip today too. I'll roll right into the tech tip too, but it's the Strike training system. Okay. The cool things that you can do about it with it is you can practice all your drills. You get more detailed graphs on all of your shooting. I got my notes over here, so I'm reading my notes. It gives you all your like a shooting history. Okay, so if you Tesla again, what up? Yeah, I'll resend you the link. No problem. No worries. One sec. I gotta send him the link to come in again. So anyway, sorry for the interruptions tonight, guys. I really do. It's very unprofessional, and it's not like I'm a super professional guy, or a professional YouTuber, but we sure try. We sure try. But again, if it's something that I wouldn't use, I won't sell it, or if I don't use it, I won't sell it. Okay. But it does it you're able to basically set up your own drills all in the comfort of your own home. Okay, so you're able to train and not spend a boatload of money. Okay, again, you can hold on 1 second, guys. Number 6. And there we go. This is so unprofessional, guys. I apologize. This is probably gonna be the worst stream ever. I apologize, guys. But there, set that to him. All right. So again, you can you can practice all your drills. It has more detailed graphs, keeps all your shooting history. And you can access these shot by shot by shot by shot by shot. So you can see, like, if you're like taking notes, okay, for instance, because I've done this. Okay, I'll take a note as to where I'll turn, shoot, holster my weapon, pause, and I'll take a note. Okay, this is how I was holding the gun properly, or I wasn't doing this, or I was, certain things just to cue you on to what you did, so you can track your shots that way. Okay, you can break it down by session. So I mean, if you have like what I try to do at least 5 to 10 sessions a day. Okay, and well, looky here, who do we got here? There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
That's a hit on me. I was girlfriend's not feeling good, and I started doing dinners and stuff.
You're good, man. You're good. Life happens, brother. Life happens.
Yeah. So I'm here.
Good
I'm
deal.
alive.
Good to have you, brother. Good to have you.
Welcome back. What did I miss?
Oh, we really just got started about maybe 15 minutes in. So we're talking about the name that we can't use on air, the Strike system, for the laser training system. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So we're talking about that, and right now we're going through basically the training portions of it. What you can do with the practicing drills. It even has, like I was talking about, the shot timer.
Yep.
You can get your shots time, speed up your reaction time. It kind of helps you quickly focus, and zero in on your target, acquire the target, kill your target. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It helps a lot. It really does. And that's what I was talking about. The turn and shoot drill, draw, shoot, or draw, turn, pow, shoot.
Yeah.
And reholster, and it has a shot timer on there, and you can do these different drills. And there's other drills you can do too. All right. You can set this up any way in the house. You can put what I like to do, because I have a file cabinet with all my files in it here. And on the other side of that, I have my workbench for my guns and stuff, or my other workbench. And what I'll do is I'll take that target and I'll set it just so it's like just profiling just part of it. So like maybe the bullseye's that, like that far from the edge, So if I can't, if I pull too far to the left, I done killed somebody.
Right.
So I try to acquire that target and shoot around something, and not just another way to make it more difficult. That's all. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because not every incident is going to be an easy one. You know what I mean? It's not going to be just out in the middle of nowhere or out in the middle of a parking lot or there's nothing else around. I can just draw. Okay, now I can shoot. There's things that can happen that'll get in your way. What do you do? Do I drop, take a knee, and acquire the target, shoot? Things like that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different ways you can train with it. I think, and again, what I like about it too is, again, it saves all your sessions, so you have all your records. It even keep, like on the pro system, you can even save that, and it'll show you, oh, you improved. It'll give you like little trophies or whatever. It says, hey, you improved on your reaction times, or your averages are getting better, or things like that. You know what I mean? Or your groups are getting tighter, whatever the case may be. And you have the ability to track all this with different matrix. It has different graphs and different matrix. There's so much stuff. I would literally be here for 2 or 3 hours just talking about the things that you can do with it. Okay. So, the best part that I've found, okay, competing, it's just more fun. It's a lot of fun. And if you're like, if you're involved with, GSSF, or different play, different organizations like sports shooting foundations. What's the other one I'm thinking of at the top of my head? I can't remember the name of it. But there's different like pistol organizations and shooting organizations out there that do competitions and things like that. They're just a blast. Just to even attend and watch it's crazy to watch. But you can set these up in your home, not real extensive, on the way, but not right now. Okay. But you can compete against your friends, create drills to compete with your friends and family. You can even earn little points and badges and all that stuff. So, you can be the top dog in the group or whatever. You can earn points, badges for accuracy, and even speed. It'll even, like, if you have like a quick reaction time and kill your target, you get trophies and points for that. And like when you have matches with your friends, you can have leaderboards. Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure like some of us play our games on our phones like crazy. You guys get on here on the Strikeman, I didn't mean to say that out loud. On the app that comes with it, and I'm going to show it to you real quick. Okay, now this is not the pro app. This is just the okay. So there's that portion of it. Okay. And you have my templates, start dry fire training, start a new session, matrix, training matrices, you got all your different profiles, compete. Now to compete, okay, you have to upgrade to the pro. Okay. Oops, I didn't need to do that. Now monthly right now, Strikeman is doing a 14-day free for new subscribers. Okay, 14 days free. It is $10 a month to use that. Okay, yearly it's $79. Okay, also 14 days. Now you're probably thinking, okay, dude, this does not sound like it's worth that much money. Well, let me tell you, it is worth way more. Okay, because not only can you use this to train and have fun with, you can also zero in your weapon with it. Okay. Yes, we do have 5.56 223 cartridges. They have 12 gauge shotgun. I'm trying to think what else there is. It's you don't hear very often.
They have long. They have the Like your long barrels, you can get the
Right, yeah,
target
like a
for the long
223.
the long
And see, the thing of it is
Mhm.
that people don't realize with this now it's kind of impractical, but you could if you really wanted to. Okay.
Right.
You could put that target out there as far out as you want. Okay. As long as your
Yeah.
phone is within 2 to 10 feet of that target and you focused in and
Yep.
zeroed in. Because the distance, the laser won't stop unless something is in front of it. Okay.
Yep.
So if you want to put that target out there 5 miles away, and nothing's stopping that laser, it's going to go 5 miles. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now, again, is it impractical? Yes. Can it be done? Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there's other ways you can do it. You could, I mean, you could put the screen up there, put a laptop up out there, do this, route it to, whatever. You could do all kinds of crazy things. Okay. But it can happen. You could do that.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
you can use it for 223, or you could use it is in a short barrel AR and use it like when you're sweeping a house. Boom, you can come around a door. Boom,
Mhm.
or come in a door, sweep, and look for the target in the room and bow. You know what I mean? You could do things like that. Okay. Um, but yeah, it's a great system, especially if you're like a budget kind of guy like me, because I don't have a lot of money to spend it on bullets. I really don't. And
No.
I wish I did, but I don't. But because if I did, I'd be out shooting every day. Like job, what's a job? I'm going to the range, guys. Bye.
Right. Right.
That would be me, But yeah, it's a great system. I can't say nothing bad about it at all. I've never really experienced the only. Well, I take that back. Take that back. The only thing, and I'll be 100% honest, and that's because that's how I am. Every once in a while, you'll get like a ghost fire.
Mhm.
Okay, and it could be just the light hitting the target a certain way. Like a light in a room hitting a target a certain way. It's great. Now you do have an indoor and outdoor setting for it. You can use it outdoors. You can use it indoors. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Personally, I've never used it outside. I use it in house all the time because that to me is where I need it the most
Right.
because I'm going to be defending my home. Okay. So if I'm going to train, if I'm out and about in the truck and I get out the truck and I go into the store somewhere, is that good? Yeah. Training at home like that, the way I train at home is going to help. But
Mhm.
if I'm out and about and I'm in an ATM and somebody tries to rob me, you know, at that point, I don't see where the training system's really going to help me with that too much. But indoors, things like that, I really do believe wholeheartedly that it will help me. Now, in those incidences, like at the ATM I was talking about a second ago, will it help me? Yeah, it will help me. It's going to improve my accuracy. It's going to
Yeah.
improve my acquisition of targets. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I shouldn't have said it's not going to help me that much because it will. Anytime you can get your weapon out, train with it, it's going to help.
Yep.
Whether it's once every day, every other day, once a week, as long as you're training, just keep training. When I say training, you got to train, hands down.
You
You
have to.
have to train.
Ab-
Have to train.
Absolutely have to.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
but you can't wait. Oh, I trained last week and I'll train 2 weeks from. No, you got to do it more frequent than that. Otherwise, the training is not doing you any good. Okay,
Right.
train a lot more frequent. So
Yeah.
again, like I said,
I had mine at the shop, like when you dropped mine off, and I set the pro up. And you were talking about the ghost fire. It was kind of crazy because I had my smartwatch on, and the sun was coming through the shop doors, and my watch reflected the light, and it was shooting. shoot, too bad they weren't right dead center. We can get some
yeah,
good
right. I
scores,
know
but
it happened to me too. That's how
yeah,
I learned. Not. Oh, dang! I can't wear my watch.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is really really cool. Like and I like how you could set up the parameters. Like even if you wanted to make it like a little competition, you can. But you can also set up your own parameters, whether it be
Yeah.
time or what have you not, so that if there's a or say you're training because Chuck, I know that you had talked about actually trying to like go out and train. When we talk about going out to your buddy's range that has the open land, if we were to take like the Pro or yours and set it up in two different areas, we could set parameters up that, okay, here you've got this amount of time, this is your range, and you need to have this many shots,
Mhm.
within the whatever numbered ring you want. I looked through all that stuff, and I couldn't even get through all of it because I mean there is that much stuff to do with it. It is
There's a
absolutely
lot.
insane,
It's a lot.
but it is really cool. Um, it is really cool to be able to anywhere you want to in a house, like you said, regardless of the size of the house. What I like
Right.
about it is here when we set it up in the RV, no matter what the element is, you can set it up to where, oh wait, what if they enter from, what if we're sitting over here and they enter the door here, right? Or if we're in the bedroom or in the bathroom, or my
Somebody
girlfriend's in
walks
the
in.
bathroom, someone walks in, just whatever, you can set the targeting system up to react to that stuff. And when you showed me to set it up, and then I actually saw the app, the way it worked, I'm like, there are so many benefits to
But
this
this,
thing.
see, the thing of it is the benefits are endless. Because
Oh
if you
yeah.
have an imagination, you can do like oodles of things with this system,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool too is, being vets, we've been through shoot houses in the military,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, I never got to do the shoot house with a handgun though. I was always with the,
With
like
the
an
long barrel?
M4, M16, yeah, you
Yeah.
know. So I never got to do that. So I do like doing it at home with my like my Glocks or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and again, I always use this room just I don't want to say just for training, but I always use this room because on that side over there, I have a lot of boxes with that stuff in it.
Right.
All the training systems that I have, training
Right.
systems, targets, uh, you know, the the tripods, the cases, the cartridges, everything. They're all those boxes are sitting there. Okay. And I hate to say it, but I use them as a tool for me because I use them as like walls or
Mhm.
pretend it's a hallway. If I set one here and one here, a big box like this, and I
Mhm.
basically have a vision like a hallway, and just get creative, and you can do so many cool things with this.
Yeah.
I like to do a drill where I'm going into a hallway and I turn and pop. I really don't have a chance to aim.
Yeah,
But I
the
turn,
holster shot.
you know,
Mhm.
and shoot. You
Yeah.
know,
It's
everything. There's
I
all kinds of
really
scenarios that you can set up.
yeah. When you first told me about it, uh I- it it didn't really click for me, and you've probably already talked about this, and because I was late getting on, but the amount of ammo that you go through to get right. um I mean, the unconventional ways is round after round after round after round, absolutely. But this thing, especially when you got a 10 mil, I mean, they're almost dollar a round, you know. But the way that we could sit and train, um in the comfort of our living room, even if it's just simple things as sighting the weapon. And that's something
Sure.
I wanted to ask you. I think we talked about it before, but you have the bore. What I One of the biggest things I loved about it, you got the bore laser that you can just you can sight in. You can get them off Amazon, right? And then there's the
Sure.
bore laser that comes with the kit, and and the two different lasers, right?
Mhm.
About sighting in your weapon if you're not using optics. Which one would you use? I've used both, and I used one to get on, and I just picked a spot and I put my
Sure.
sight on it. But then I put the laser in for the
Training system.
for the training system, and it's a little off. And I noticed something that the last time my girlfriend and I went to the range, all my rounds were just a tick to the right. So
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about using the systems laser to use the Strikeman I'm sorry,
to
use the
float
system
over.
to get back on. So I, what would you do? Like if you had both, because I used your 9 mil on my girlfriend's weapon
Sure.
to sight hers up. Um, I mean, have you noticed anything with the
Well, I'm going to tell you what
is there
I've
one that
noticed. Okay, what I've noticed. Now, I sighted mine in uh my well, matter of fact, it was my Glock 17, the one that I love to take to the range. That
Mhm,
I got to take back again because I put a 4-pound striker spring in there, and I want to see how it works. So
sure.
we're gonna see how that works. Hopefully, I don't get any super light strikes. I might have to either that or just look for a striker with an extended firing pin on it. But anyway, um, God, I just forgot. Oh, what I did is because I had the red dot optic on that,
Mhm,
the Swamp Fox on that. Okay, and I used it to basically sight in my red dot. Okay, now after I sighted in my red dot, I took the system's cartridge out, or I'm sorry, the steady, the one that's steady on constantly, that laser. Took that out. I put in the Strikeman. Okay, look, okay, wherever that, because
mhm,
I point the file cabinet and I get the laser to turn on, and then yep, okay, that's pretty close to where I had it. Okay,
right.
so then when I start shooting, I'm like, holy cow, I can see every little movement that I'm doing, every little tiny thing, you know, whether it be, putting too much meat on the trigger or, not gripping properly, not using two hands properly, things
Mhm,
like that. And it will clean your act up, I promise you. It
yeah.
will clean you up because um I and you know how I'm a big supporter. Hey Mike, what's up? I'm a big supporter, love Ranger Proof gear trigger shoes. Love them, love them, love them. Okay. And there's a bunch of other ones out there that are just everybody likes to, you know what I mean? They just happen to be what works best for me. Okay.
Right.
But just changing that trigger shoe, okay, and it's something that I constantly got to put in here, you know,
Mhm,
until it becomes second nature, which it did. It became just train, train, train. And it becomes second nature after a while. Okay.
right. Right.
But I noticed that I was using a way too much meat on the trigger. You know what I mean? Now when I draw now,
Mm,
it's like boom, I'm there every time, from
yeah.
training. Okay. But um if when you bore sight your weapon in, okay, and you take it downrange and you fire,
Mhm,
okay, there's a misconception. Okay. No way, this is a piece of crap gun because it's not going where that laser dot was at. Okay, number one. Okay. The laser was not going down that barrel like a bullet does. Okay.
that's right.
A laser also doesn't have the arch like a bullet does. A
Mhm,
laser comes out straight as could
straight
be.
out.
That's why they
Yep.
use them to level homes, level stuff in the house. Why? Because it's completely perfectly straight. Okay. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, does anything actually replace putting some lead downrange? Absolutely not.
Mm-mm.
Does
No.
not replace it. Does the system enhance it? Absolutely. Okay.
Right.
It will enhance your accuracy, your speed tenfold. Promise you.
Yep.
If you train properly. Yes, it
Yep.
will. Okay. But going back to the laser itself, what I did, okay. I don't know if I got lucky or if I just kind of know what I'm doing. I don't know.
Right.
But I literally put the Strikeman laser in, and I was watching, on my graphs because I have graphs every time I shoot now. I have a way to track every shot, everything now. Okay.
Mhm.
So I would watch and you can replay it and it'll show you
Yeah.
where every
The
shot
replay is
went.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, you can replay it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you can see. And you're like, and you can think while you're watching it, yep, that's when I did this. Yep, oh, yep, that's when I did that. And you can see what you're doing. Oh man, yep, too much trigger, too much meat on that trigger, and I'm pulling to the left, or if you're right-handed, you're left-handed, whatever, you'll pull to one side or the other. Okay, so that has a lot to do with it. Okay,
Right. Right.
Because even and this is how crazy it gets. Okay, my little girl, my little princess, 13 years old at the time, never even touched a gun in her life.
Wow.
Never, never even picked mine up to hand it to me. Never. Because I have a strict policy about that. If that's not your gun, you don't touch it. No matter what it is. I don't care. If it's not yours, you don't pick it up. So my kids are awesome with that.
Yeah.
And off topic, Glock 17 versus 19 sounds like you're more of a 17 guy. I'll get to that in just a minute. But no, I forgot what I was going to talk about with that again. I don't know what's going on. I think it's that medicine, that new medicine
the
they got me on makes me go.
yeah. The
But anyway,
laser, yeah, the
the
laser
laser,
inside in. Mhm.
right now, the laser again. You got to remember that laser's not going to lie. Okay,
No, it tells
it's
on
going to
you.
tell you right where that was pointed at,
Yeah.
and you can sit there and swear up and down. It doesn't, because that light is not going to lie. Okay,
Right.
now that being said, what would I do to sight my pistol in? Exactly what I just told you.
Yep.
Exactly. Sight it in, get it close, okay, to where you are comfortable with where that dot in correlation with the sights on your weapon, whether it's a
Mhm.
red dot or iron sights, whichever the case may be. Okay.
Mhm.
Then go to that system and shoot. Okay.
Absolutely.
Shoot, 40, 50 rounds and then see. Because you can go through that and see where you shot, and everything is detailed for you. So
Yeah.
then you can kind of, if oh, I can see I'm pulling to the right. Maybe it's not the gun, maybe it's my hand, maybe it's too much meat on the trigger, or
Right.
just whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so and then if you're just all over the place, then you need to go back to the basics and start over.
Yeah.
Not saying you're a bad shot, not saying that at all, not saying that one bit. What I'm saying is start over because something's not right. Start
Mhm.
over from the very beginning, you know, sight it in, with the laser, and then go from there. So that's
And
how
it'll
I
tell
would
on
do it.
you too. Yeah, and you
Oh, it'll
said it
tell on you quick.
it will definitely tell on you. Trust me. Your breathing, breathing and trigger squeeze. That listen, a bullet is probably never going to be as accurate as a laser, no matter what you're trying to do. However, uh, if you can get the laser calmed down through your grip, through your
Mhm.
breathing, and your trigger squeeze, your round is going to be that much more accurate. And
Oh,
and I,
absolutely.
bro,
Absolutely.
I was like, oh my god, I shake a lot, and we've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, I shake a
Mhm.
lot. This
Right
thing is
on, right on.
telling me.
And Whip, I will put this down here so we can talk about that towards the end here. So I don't forget. I'm gonna make a note because that's a topic I love to get into. I love to get into that particular topic actually.
Oh,
So
which one's better?
yeah, we'll get into that. We got 10 minutes left, so I guess that might be a good thing to do. But before I do that, okay, in closing, because I know it's getting towards the end of our little show. We got 10 minutes left. Veteran issues again. I just want to put out there real quick, okay. For those of you that don't know me real well, or for those that know me real well, like Mike, Drew, Whip, you know, um, I'm not one to spout off a bunch of smack and then not follow what I say. Okay, and being transparent. I got nothing to hide against nobody because you know If I got nothing to hide, I'm not lying to you. I practice what I preach. I thought it was something, but it wasn't. It turned out to be something completely different, right? But I'm glad I checked anyway. Okay. Because I really thought I was losing my collective crap. You know what I mean? I thought my mind was going crazy. I didn't know what the hell. I was just freaking out. I didn't know what the hell's going on. Come to find out, at least this is what my VA docs are saying. Okay. That since I smoked cigarettes for 40 years, okay, when I quit cold turkey, my body started freaking out. Okay. So I thought, holy cow, man, am I losing? I thought I was having a heart attack last Thursday. No joke. Last Thursday, I turned and looked at the clock, poured and sweat. Blood pressure was 177 over 105. Freaked out. Went to the hospital. They did a catheter in my arm, up my arm, all the way up into my heart. Looked at my heart. That part turned out really well. Okay. So now I do have to go do more tests and stuff like that for cardio issues. But good thing is I'm not dead. I'm not having a heart attack. I don't have any blockages. But what I'm getting at, the point I'm trying to make is, I thought I was losing my dang collective crap. You know what I mean? I called that number 988 and it works.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you is I don't just say it, I don't preach it, but I also do it. Okay?
Yeah.
If there's problems in your life, get help. We give a damn. We care. We want to help. If we can, let us know. Gearheadsandguardians@gmail.com.
Yeah.
If you have our number, call us. We're there to help. Okay?
Yeah.
And if we personally can't help you, we will help you find help. Promise you that. That's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Right?
We've all been through things. I don't think anybody that has gone through their career can look at a troop or battle and say, "You have no idea what I'm going through." Um, we may not all have gone through the exact same thing, but what it
Right.
does to the mind and what it does to all that stress and everything, it
Physical
all affects
ability
us.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it affects all of us, and maybe not in the same situation, but it all affects us the same
Oh,
humanly way.
yeah. It's all in your gourd, man.
Yeah, and you have to be able to, one of these times, Chuck. Maybe we'll have we'll do when we start talking about being in the calm. We throw in a little bit of the
Yeah.
Bushido mental stuff where and if I may say, when you told me that today, and you told me yesterday what you were in a hospital, and then you told me today what the doctor had said. What was the thing that I told you that is one of the hardest things to do?
Calm your core, man. Calm
Calm
your
your
core.
core. The mind. If for one of the things that was the first thing I wanted to tell you when you told me about that was, out of experience, there's two things in our body that we cannot control: our mind and our emotions. We can't control them. We don't know when it's going to change. We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know what's going to trigger, but we can control how we react to it. And that
Roger.
is the hardest thing to do in chaos, is reacting. And you did. And I want to applaud you because you were calm about it. You've been calm this whole time about it. Yeah, you messed me like, dude, it's starting to get very irritating. But you didn't go you didn't go to the next level. You kept it down on the ground, and you said, I'm just going to go get I just need to go get looked at and see what really is going on. And that calm is what a lot of people need to actually look at you and say, man, he kept calm about it. He did go get looked at. He did have the doctor tell him some things, but the realization that our melons up here are not always 100%.
Right.
People have to be able to admit to that. People have got to stop saying to themselves, it's not me. I don't have a problem. Or it's what all the drugs they got me on, or it's everything that they did to me. It's never what can I do? Right? What can I do? And keeping your mind calm, like what you're going through right now, bro, add in a situation that could happen, and then you add in a weapon to that.
It could be bad.
Nothing nothing is more powerful than the calm that you have up here. This thing may be going all directions, man. You're just zinging like a like a Rolodex. But out here you have to be able to channel that down and go, you're not gonna no, no, no.
Wusa.
And then yeah, Wusa, and then the mind starts slowing down. So I the fact that you called, and uh I don't have my cell phone on me during the day. I wish I could have got to it sooner, so I can make
Mhm.
sure that you need anything. But you are using the system that we advocate for. We used it. And it works, people. It works. You have to.
Firsthand,
Yeah.
I'm proof.
And talk to each other. I don't there's a day that we don't go by. Let me tell you something. My mind right now, I'm upset at myself because I lost track of time on this, but had some stuff going on that came up that would just kind of
That's why you
threw
have
things
battle
out
buddies,
there.
buddy.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, jumping in, and I apologize to everybody else
Yeah,
that's watching that I
things happen, man.
things
Things
happen.
happen.
Things happen. But we're going to take care of each other, but these are the things that people need to see is, we're real about it, right?
We're real people, man. We're not.
We're
We're
real
not.
people.
We're not some TV personality that um, make millions of dollars and I can do whatever I want. No, that's no. We have real stress problems. How we gonna make
Yeah.
that first million? That's the question.
I don't know about you talking about going through things. When 9/11 hit, you I think you and I we were just chilling. I was getting ready to leave Korea,
Mhm.
but
You're
we
getting
were
ready
just
to go to the Dragon.
yeah, the calm we it was just another night. It was just calm. I forgot what you and I'd been doing, but I know that we had hung out, and then in an instant
No,
it
we left
was
the gym. We left the gym and came back.
that's right. Yeah, we did.
We
We
were
left the
down there
gym, we
talking
came back.
to Chief.
hmm
We were
And then
talking to
all of a
Chief,
sudden
and then we came upstairs.
we got formation, we're in PTs, we got all our full battle rattle on, and we nobody knows what's going on. Nobody.
Right.
And it was 0 to 100 and hell in a handbasket right now. And
Yeah.
your mind doesn't have time to
Well,
react,
that's one of them things again. Train, train, train. It was like
right?
everybody knew boom, 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 what to do, and everything fell in place like like a puzzle piece. Everything was
Yep.
in place. And for those of you that have never been to the DMZ in Korea and witnessed those fellas
Yeah.
that are up there on the DMZ, holy
Yeah.
Christ, I am not going to kid you. They get the alarm goes off.
Yep.
Literally, they are out of bed, weapon in hand, full battle rattle, in a car, running down the road in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. Those guys at the joint up
Right. I
there,
mean, I'm talking out of the fart sack,
yeah.
dressed. I'm not talking in BD or in shorts and what. No, I'm talking full battle rattle, uniform and
hmm
all, flying down the road to a fire point
Yeah.
in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. They're quick
That's what
reaction
I'm
force.
saying. Train, train, train. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
it
That's
works,
that's it really does work. And in your mind, your mind in all of this. And
right? Well, the more
we're not
prepared you are, the less your mind is gonna freak.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you train and prepared for these things, um, oh, my best half just brought me something to drink. This coffee? Oh, bless her heart. Got my coffee.
Hey, drink one for me because I gotta have tea right
I
now.
got you. I got you. But
Like 6 or 7
I,
cups.
again, though, it is train, train, train.
Yep.
Um, because if you train, you're not going to be so worried about proper hand placement.
Yeah.
Pull the weapon up, pull the weapon out, shoot, acquire my target. It's not going to be that slow. Okay.
Mhm.
It's going to be second nature. Boom, 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 you know, and you're going to do that in a second 0.4, second 0.5, you know, that's what you do. Okay. Instead of going, okay, pull my weapon out, draw it up to my chest, press it out, and taking,
Yeah.
you know, 4 or 5 seconds, it's going to become second nature. Boom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's what you need.
It's
Okay.
controlling that adrenaline in those
Exactly.
times.
So if you
Controlling that.
train, you're not, you know, these things that pop up aren't gonna I don't want to say freak you out, but they're not gonna catch you off guard and you're not gonna
Mhm.
stress out as much, you know. Is it stressful? Hell yeah, it's stressful. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is
Oh, yeah.
stressful. That situation is stressful. Number one, you are going to do something very bad to somebody.
Yeah.
And it's not in human nature to be okay with that. Okay. So yes, you have to be prepared. You gotta be prepared here.
Mhm.
You know, this is the big one.
Yeah.
Be prepared here. Training with the weapon will all become second nature.
Yep.
Okay. But the important thing is here.
Yeah. The mind.
So
The mind's a big deal.
absolutely. That's why I think that's why we did was it 2 episodes ago? I think it was episode 4, where we talked about keeping calm
I
in the
think so.
chaos.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
That's why.
and real quick, the hand, um, the hand, eye, and mind,
Take
and the
care of it.
core. Whip, take care of yourself, man. Um, the the training is endless. I talk about it in jujitsu, but we do weapons in jujitsu, and they're not firearms, but we still, you know, when you pull out a knife or whatever, and if you have
It's
something
still an
going on up
extension,
here,
right?
you exactly the simplest of things. So you're great. I applaud you for your example of uh, what what you're going through right now. And I think a lot of
Thank
people
you.
are uncomfortable about talking about things that's going on with them
Yeah,
because
it doesn't
they
mean that you're weak, man. It doesn't mean that you're
it
weak.
doesn't. It
So I'm gonna
does
tell you
not.
this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Okay. Think about an ancient building that was
Mhm.
built thousands of years ago. Okay. We'll talk like some of the old Mayan temples and things like that are just in shambles now, right?
Mhm.
But those stones were thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It took a strong bunch of guys to put that thing together, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Once it was built, it was this big, huge, strong, mighty building. And then what happens? Time comes along. Okay. Things happen. The building starts falling apart. Okay.
Yeah.
All it takes is a little time to put that back up and rebuild it. Okay. Basically the same thing. Okay. It's the same thing. I did all the military stuff. I did this, I did that. And I smoked up a bunch of cigarettes and messed me up. Okay. But now I'm rebuilding. Doesn't mean I'm weak. It means I'm
Right.
smart and I realize what the hell's going on and I'm fixing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear a
Yeah.
knock in your car. What do I do? I'm going to keep on driving it
Go
with
and
no
fix
oil
it.
in it. No, you're going
Yep.
to fix it. Okay. And that's what
Yep.
I'm doing. Now I got a brand new car again and it doesn't knock anymore. And, you know, I'm going to cruise all over the United States. You know, that's same thing. Same,
Yeah.
you know? So if I
Yeah.
fix my, you know, and it wasn't a mind issue. It was my body just craving nicotine so bad that was shooting my blood pressure up. That's all it was. I
Yeah.
thought I was losing my mind.
Right.
That's why I went.
And you're not we're not old. I mean, we're older, but we're not old. And
Oh,
you
my
know,
mind, I'm still 21.
it it'd be nice to say that though, you know, our minds are just full of wisdom as our bodies just age, but
Right.
I'm not the brightest bulb in the tree sometimes. So,
Right. Yeah, me
but
either. Me
but
either.
that's a great example of we when we go through life and we have issues, uh, a lot of issues, especially relationship issues. That all that stuff will mess with your mind, man. And if you haven't addressed anything, from before, it just compounds and compounds and compounds and
Sure.
compounds. And
Sure.
you know. So
Absolutely.
um, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad that and
Well, I appreciate
others
that, man. Thanks.
can see
Thanks.
this. And look, it
I'm just glad it
works.
wasn't something like worse, you know what I mean? Because I tell you what,
Yeah.
when they took me down that ER and they literally like pinned my wrist back, I'm like, oh my God, this is real stuff, bro. They're gonna jab a big hose up my arm. And
Yeah.
I'm still bruised right here. I'm still bruised right there a little bit.
Hmm.
Right there. Right there's the hole right there. Tip of my finger. That's where they got me right there.
Yeah.
All the way up my arm. But um I'm just glad I went. You know what I mean? Because now I know it wasn't my gourd, but it just just my heart, you know.
Yeah.
So
You did better at it than I did when I first found out about my diagnosis, to be honest with you, because um we hate going to the doctors,
hate it.
right? And you know you've been actively trying to figure out what's been going on with how you're feeling. You've been
Right.
actively on it all the time. You tell me every day, man, I'm trying to this, I'm trying to do that, and
Right.
we talk.
Right. Absolutely.
I did not I did not go to my first annual VA appointment after in 2013 that I should have in April of 2013.
Here's a
Um
question I got for you real quick though.
yeah.
Now, when you got out of the army, how long did it take you to go to your first VA appointment?
It was instant. It was
Really?
because yeah, it was in because I was in a unique situation with my unit. I was actually got out of the army and I was getting ready to do my VA appointments, and then they brought me back in the army, and that's a whole nother story because it
Roger.
was bad. But I the Warrior Transition Battalion force you to go to
Gotcha.
your VA appointments. Now, the first the or the I, that was 2009, and I did my annual, whatever. So I did it, but for the other, like, as things got kind of worse, I really didn't start until after I was diagnosed, and the reason why was
Right.
because of how much the chemo was changing. But you did something that I didn't do, and this is proof that that I got lucky, and you actually are preventing something from getting worse. And I took a blood draw in December 2012, and I was annual was in April 2013. I didn't go. I didn't have time. I was working on a car. I
Busy.
was dealing with stuff. I didn't go. I didn't go, and I started falling asleep at the wheel. And started, getting real tired. And then I finally I said, they called me and said, "Hey, you need to do it's your annual time." That was April, May, June. That was June. I said, "Okay, cool." So I went and did my blood draw, and I didn't go to my next appointment. And then they called me and said, you've got an appointment. I didn't even ask for it, and I didn't know why. So
Mhm.
had I not gone and did what you if I hadn't if I had not done what you did, I truly probably would not be sitting here. So you're an example of not going, "Hey, you know what? I got too much other stuff going on," and you put your health on the back burner. So you did it right,
Don't do it.
and hats off to you on that. That's a best
Well, I
example of it
appreciate it.
works.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, and I'm not gonna hide anything. Again, I'm always transparent. I've always been that way. I got no secrets. I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but when it first started coming around, that day, I didn't know what to think. I thought I was having a heart attack. Got to the hospital. You know, first
Mhm.
thing I did though, my blood pressure shot up. Popped the aspirin, sat down, got my blood pressure thing out. Started taking my blood pressure every 15-20 minutes, and I could see where it was starting to come down from taking that aspirin.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, something's not right. So I went in, and while I'm at the hospital, I'm thinking to myself, am I losing my shit or what?
Right.
you know, I'll be honest. I'm like, am I losing my collective crap here? What's going on? And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you that there's no stressors in Chuck's life because that would be the biggest farce. And if
Right.
I did, that's why I always wear boots because the is getting deep.
It's getting
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I thought so many things. Am I losing my mind? You know, am I dying? You know, all these things going through my head, stressing myself out worse.
Hmm.
They start doing their tests. They start doing their tests. They did that one in my arm right there, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is some serious stuff," you know? But then I thought about it some more, and I thought, "You know what? When my mother passed away, she looked at my brother and she looked at me in the hospital when they gave her diagnosis that she was terminal. She looked at me, she looked at my brother, and her little hands, she put her little hands up because I think at that point she weighed like 80 pounds. She put her little hands up just like this, you know. I had one of her hands, my brother had her hand, and she said, "You know, guys, I'm not gonna do chemo, I'm not gonna do radiation, I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm gonna put my hands in God's hands,
Hmm.
and what He feels is important and what He feels is right, then that's what's gonna happen."
Yeah.
And that's what I did, man. And you know what? It was like I had a
The
calm. I was
weight
like, you know
lifted.
what?
Yeah.
Good Lord's got me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
And you get right with your center too. So, and
like,
I saw that too. And welcome, collaboration of curiosities. Nice to have
no
you.
way. She's
Well, hey,
here?
I'm not the
Hey,
latest, so
hey,
I'm not super late. I
that's
was a little bit
Australia,
late.
bro. That's from down
Oh,
under.
nice,
Or
nice.
no, not no, no, no. I can't remember if it's Australia or if it's what other country that's like Australia. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, she's super cool. Super cool.
That's awesome. No, welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Australia. See,
so
oh,
they're
she's on
from
Australia.
Australia. That's
I
nice.
know. Yeah.
So,
So
you hit on, and you hit on something where I kind of felt,
New Zealand. That's
um,
what I was talking about.
I kind of felt the survivor's guilt when my dad passed of cancer, and so, like you, we can't be shy. We can't be afraid to talk about these things, and always know that um, there's help out there for us. We just can't be so hard headed about not going. You always
Right,
hear,
and it's a
you know, and
persona.
and you know,
It's a
and
persona.
and and trooping too. When we're out there trooping too, I mean, give us the Motrin and we're gonna keep on going. Right? That's the mentality. You
Gotta
keep
have
going.
of it.
You know, that first ambush that I was in, right, with Sergeant Major Briscoe, that first ambush,
Mhm.
um, my mind, first of all, I didn't get all crazy. It just was kind of like, okay, we had our windows open. You remember the small windows on the hard doors. A round came right through the window right in front of me and Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major looks at me, and then we ended up going, and we got to where we were going in the green zone over there. And I get out and I threw my helmet. I threw my helmet in the truck, and it bounced and hit Sergeant Major right in the head, right in his dome. And he looked at me and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He says, "You mad too?" I said, "Yeah, I'm mad." And you're not prepared for that kind of stuff, man. And
I get the same way though.
yeah,
When
and so
something like that
now,
pops off, first thing I do is I get mad because 'cause I'm like, "Damn it,
yeah,
I have to deal with this crap." Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Exactly. And then you're like, "Oh," and then you got to calm down. And then by the time that you get to what you're doing now, you're now reflecting on everything. By the time you get to reflecting, you're sitting there going, "Hmm,
What could I have done better?
what could I have done different?" And guess what?
It's your own personal
90% of the
AAR.
time, yeah, and 90% of the times, there's nothing that we can do differently to prevent it
You're right,
or
absolutely.
react to it. It's just now we got to deal with it. And that's where the mind starts stirring. You sit there
Right,
and
and the
you
thing
want
of
to
it
go
is,
back and
like I said,
question.
if you're keeping calm in those situations, keep calm in those situations,
Hmm.
the things that you have to deal with will not be so horrible, I guess you could
Right.
say. Now, there's one thing you have to remember, it could always be worse.
Can
Okay?
always be worse.
Remember that.
Going back to the training system, right?
Mhm.
Uh, there,
Oh, crap.
those type of situations where we might have to. I hate to say it's never going to happen, right? In those situations, if um, have you ever seen Breaking Bad, or we're watching Better Call Saul? Have you ever seen that show?
No,
No.
no.
Okay, so there's a guy on
I'm a
there called
moonshiners
Mike.
guy. I don't.
Yeah. So and let me and this is perfect. Everything that we're talking to about tonight, especially when it comes to training, this is absolutely perfect. His name is Mike, and he's probably mid 60s. Former Pennsylvania police officer, right? So he was a cop, and now he's kind of out just doing his own, hey, call this guy, he'll take care of you type
Oh,
work,
it's
right?
all. Huh?
The calm that this man has is is scary, because it he really, nothing phases the guy. And that is how we should aspire to be, where in situations our focus and calm is so much that, yeah, we might get hurt in something, but we're going to survive. And
Right. Absolutely.
the training system is really good for that. Like, can you put yourself in that mental state, and okay, I'm peeking around a corner, I see it over there. Do you start getting all hyped up, or do you just go like, and you focus on what you need to focus on and not worry about everything else?
Right.
That's the hard
Focus on
part of
one thing at
training.
a time.
Right,
Focus on one thing at a time and take that target down one at a time, you
right.
know? Because if you have a
Same way with your
handgun,
health.
it's not like throwing a grenade in a room. You know what I mean? You have
Yeah,
a handgun.
that's you have
You
a
gotta think
handgun.
about it, calculate, okay, what do I do? This guy had that, this guy had that, this guy had an AK, this guy just had a pistol, this guy had a whatever the heck that Kalashnikov
Yeah,
junk he's got. It's not a Glock, so it's not all right.
right.
Anyway, so he's got all this stuff, all these different people. Who do I take out first? Who has the fastest rate of fire?
Mhm.
Who's this guy's an old guy and he's got an AK, and this guy's a young guy with a pistol. You got to take all these things into consideration. Is he dressed like a military
Mhm.
guy? Is he dressed like a street person or whatever? So there's things y'all got to calculate, and you got to calculate it like that.
Man, you
Calm your stuff.
you can't. I got goosebumps, and I'll tell you why. W- when we talk about Kazarashi Ryu, or the samurai war art that I train and teach, it's a war art for the battlefield. And
Mhm.
everything you just said is what we also train when it comes to us dealing with multiple attackers.
Right.
Exactly to the T. And you have to be calm. Who's closest to you? How many are there? Who seems to be the ringleader? Who's got the biggest weapon? And that's how we dictate our path of offense. And in all that, you got to stay calm. And that is with, add in health issues like you may be having, health issues like I
Or
may
my
be
attack
having,
dog.
and you put it all in there.
I
So
feel you, man. I
that's
feel you.
that's a good topic, man. Um,
I do. And the thing of
that's
it
really
is,
good.
what really is really horrible is it's almost 20 after our show ended, and
Whoops.
and we could talk on this
Oh, yeah.
specific topic
Specific. Yeah.
for hours, because there's
Hours.
so many different things for you. When you're training like that, it's not just your mind, it's your physical,
Mhm.
your body. If you're 500 pounds overweight, you're probably not going to do real good.
Yeah.
you know So
Yeah.
you got to be fit. You got to, you not only does your body have to be fit, but your mind has to be fit. Your
Yeah.
training has to be good. I could train all day on, stacking BBs underwater, but it's not going to help me in a situation where somebody's breaking into my home. You know,
Right. Right. Right.
so
And all those and the cool thing about this too is there's not one element that will, you can say, will never happen. It's you just,
right.
you know, so yeah, man, this is a topic that we
That's
could.
something else too, as far as training goes, for training scenarios. If you are a USCCA member, okay,
Yes.
you get a magazine every month,
Yep.
okay? And in that it's exactly what it's called, True Stories, okay? That's
Hmm.
what the column's called. And it will go over different scenarios that have happened to people in the real world, and this is what happened, this is went down, and this is, how everything ended up, okay? So in those cases where you're carrying a handgun, or You know, in some states, people allow you to walk around with an AR strapped to your back. You can do that, you know?
Mhm.
But again, those situations, you know, just because we live in Texas and somebody lives up in Chicago or New York or out you know, the Pacific Northwest or whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
All those situations, people are people and things can happen. Okay. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world or where you're at, stupid things happen. Okay.
Absolutely.
How you train is how those outcomes differentiate. Okay. If you
Absolutely.
train and you do hard training and you train faithfully and diligently and you're disciplined in your training and you really, you know, focus on that, you're going to be a lethal force.
Yep.
Bottom line.
Yep.
Okay. But again, train mentally, train physically, train with your weapon that you carry. You know, don't just and like for me, okay, me personally, I carry a Glock 19. Summertime, I carry a Glock 19. Okay. Wintertime, I carry something a little different because I have more clothes on and it's easier to conceal. You know, I don't mind. I live in Texas. I don't mind carrying open carry,
Mhm.
but my thing is, why do I want to let somebody else know that I have a gun?
Right.
I don't want to let them know that. That's why I don't carry open carry most of the time. Now, do I? Sure, I open carry. That is my range gun. This is what I carried to the range. Okay.
Mhm.
And this is my winter carry gun, the Glock 45. Okay. Now, reason for that, uh, it's just mostly the reason why I carry different guns is all concealability. You know, it's all about
Yeah.
conceal. Okay.
Yeah.
I train with each one of those. Okay. And here pretty shortly, what this is January, right? Okay, yeah, January. So
Yep.
February, probably towards the end of February, my new Glock baby will be coming home. I'll be bringing home my Glock 21, and because my girlfriend bought me one for Christmas because she's just the best
Nice.
girlfriend ever. I mean, what kind of girlfriend would not be awesome if she bought her guy Glock? I mean, come on,
Right.
she's the best ever.
Guns and Louis
and
Vuittons.
yeah, so yeah, right. And so I'll be training with that weapon quite a bit. Okay, because I want to get what's the word I'm looking for? Proficient. Thank you. My best hat's right over there. She's helping me remember words. She, uh, I want to be proficient with that weapon as well as I am with my 19, my 45, my 17. Okay.
Right.
Um, and that gonna kind of bring it down to what Whip asked me earlier, and uh, I never really got a chance to say nothing before he left. But Whip, if you're watching, okay, and if anybody else is watching the replay, um, he asked me, do I prefer the 17 over the 19 or vice versa?
Mhm.
And my answer to that question is yes. Depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you know, summertime, now even in the wintertime, if I'm going to be in a long trip, okay, in my truck, I got my 19 with me all the time in the truck. If I'm going to be going like from here to Houston, let me go
Yep.
visit the grandbabies. I have my 19 and I have my 19. Oh, where'd I do with it? I just had it. Where did it go? I'm looking for something. I don't see it. Anyway, um, I have actually two now because this guy, my brother, I don't know, some guy named Andrew, gave me this magnetic mount for my truck. Now, I have one already, but Andrew and I are going to make a modification to the one he gave me because I really do dig it a lot, but I need to make a modification with it so that way I can use it with my 17 in the truck or something
Mhm.
that has a red dot. So we're
Yep.
going to come up with some kind of way to make an aluminum block about 1.25 inches and then mount that block to the trim on the truck
Mhm.
and then mount that to the block. So,
Yep.
but we're going to make that happen. But
Yeah.
again, perfect training example. How do you train in a vehicle?
Yep.
I go right there in my driveway. I put my Strikeman up. I jump out of the truck, jump back in the truck, rack around, rack around. That's how you train. Okay. Now, do
Yeah.
people look at me funny because I live in town and my neighbors are looking at me like I'm crazy? Yeah, most of the time. But those neighbors also know that if somebody ever got stupid, get Chuck.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
get
that, and
Chuck.
we're gonna survive. We're gonna survive. That's
So,
the key to it all: survival.
right. So again, 19 over 17 or 17 over 19. Yes, that's my answer. Yes, because it all depends on what. If I'm at the range, shooting at the range, I want my 17.
Yeah.
If I'm in my truck going to Houston in the wintertime, I want my 45. If I'm running to the store in the summertime and all I got shorts and a t-shirt, then I want my 19. So it all depends on what I'm wearing, what I'm doing. But again, the big thing is be proficient with what you're carrying. Bottom line.
Yep. Yep. And that's you had sent me that email where they got the new Glock 29, which is the concealed
10 mil.
size 10 millimeter.
That's a new weapon. They just came out with that.
It's brand new. They
As
just
far
came
as
out
I
with it.
know. As far as I
Yeah.
know. And that's just the Gen 5. The Gen 5
Gen
that just
5.
came out.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's
Yeah.
that's really really cool. How there's an option. There's an option there to still carry a 10 mil, and
Right.
be able to conceal it because this moose cannon that I have to carry it on the outside, which I don't
Well, I'm
mind here in
telling
the
you,
state of
I'm
Texas.
gonna carry my 21 concealed. You watch.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Watch me.
I need to
It's
lose
the
about
same. It's
another
the same.
20 pounds.
It's like minute fractions. If I know the frame is the same size frame, but as far as the slide and things, I'm not positive on that. I don't want to make
Yeah,
a claim and be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, the 21 and the 20 are almost the same, if
they
not the same
always
size.
yeah.
Hmm?
Every
Just
time you
different
like
caliber.
look for shopping for the 20, they always put the 20 and 21 together
So I'm
when it comes
assuming
to
they're
the whole
probably the
system.
same.
They're probably the same
I'm
size.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Hmm.
said, I don't want to make a claim and not be 100% positive,
Sure.
but
Sure.
uh I'm gonna do it. You watch. I'm gonna do it
Oh,
in the summer. That's my goal. I'm gonna carry concealed a 45 caliber Glock 21 concealed in the summer in shorts and a t-shirt without printing.
hey,
That's my goal.
I think I'm gonna
And
have to join you on that.
offline, we're gonna talk about that because I
Yeah.
got something I want to talk about for next show.
Yeah, because
Oh,
with
and my better half says I have to lose 20 pounds.
oh dude,
That way I can carry concealed without seeing.
I can't. This holster that I have, I can't. Well, I can't carry it with the light, but this one that I have, right? This was strictly so I could carry it on my belt,
Oh, Roger.
bro.
No, what one
I
is
gotta
that? What
get.
holster is that?
It's just a Kydex, right? Just a Kydex,
Oh,
holster,
I got you. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
right? But the problem is that this piece right here, bro, it stabs my fat. I gotta lose some weight before I can use this
He
thing
stabs my
with the.
fat.
No, I mean, I'm not lying, man. You know, um, and MC. Funny you say that. My doc has got me on an elimination diet so that we can check
What?
out what's creating my inflammation. Out, now that I'm off chemo and I'm only doing the CBD stuff. Whenever I
Right.
order some, but yeah. So I'm on an elimination diet, and hopefully I can lose about 85 pounds, and I can carry I can carry this
So
gun
just out of
on
curiosity,
my
man,
belt.
'cause I know I'm changing up my CBD regimen.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm changing that. I'm getting away from what I'm doing now just
Yeah, we're getting ready to
because,
get you started on the
and I'm
juice.
gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. And it was kind of embarrassing and it kind of pissed me off at the same time. But when I had that bout and I was in the hospital, they
Hmm.
came up to me and they said, "Mr. Wires?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's going on?" Well, we know da 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 da, and then we found cannabis in your system. I was like, "Oh yeah, I CBD gummies. That's what
Hmm.
helps me sleep at night." Oh, okay, okay. You know, and I had them. I show here. This is what I have. Look at my bag right over there. They're right there. This is what it is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. So come to find out, okay. And I'm not knocking the gentleman that I buy it from, because it does help me. It does help me. I don't get high from it or nothing like that, but it does help me sleep. I get
Yep.
more relaxed. I'm able to get steady sleep. Because I know when I don't take CBD, I'm up and down, up and down, up and down
Mhm.
all night. But if I take CBD, I'm like, woosah, I'm good. You know what I mean? I go to sleep. I don't feel weird. It doesn't impair me in any kind of way, shape, or form. It's not
Right.
like I'm, smoking weed or drinking scotch or nothing like that. Okay.
Right.
But come to find out the stuff I was taking did have trace amounts of
THC.
THC. And I've
Mhm.
been eating these gummies for 3 years straight every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I hope I don't, make an enemy with the guy. He's a great dude, wonderful guy. He's got a business here in town. He's a friend of mine, and I've actually worked on his Glocks. Okay.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but, I gotta stop with that because I'm not gonna let that run into other things where people going, "Oh, you're smoking weed." No, I'm doing gummies, thank you. And they're not THC gummies. They're CBD gummies with trace elements of THC in it. So I have to get away from that. And that's why we're gonna I'm getting involved more with uh
Zalice.
Zalease. That's what I was looking
Mhm.
for. I keep thinking I want to call it Zialis for some reason. Zalease. But I want to get involved
Cialis,
with Zalease.
I think.
That's it. I
It's
don't have a
funny.
problem with an erection, I promise you.
When we do, we can fix that too.
My girl's like, "Oh, that's the first time I've heard of that."
It's funny you say that. Yeah, that um, uh, the THC is, when we talked about it the last episode or so, talking about the CBD, you have to be very, very particular, and you have to do your research, and that's what we did, and that's why I stay with the Zalees,
Right,
because it doesn't
right.
have any THC. But I want to address uh MNC's Mike's question: is 50 cal hard to conceal? Well, it depends on what kind of 50 cal you're carrying. If you're carrying a Desert Eagle, unless you got a
Yes.
leg like RoboCop, yes, it's very hard to conceal. Um, I straight up. Now, I have a Glock 20 10 mil, and it's a rather large gun, in the sense. Um, it's not hard to conceal, in the sense
It's just
of
being
it's
comfortable.
just getting comfortable to conceal it. That's why I put it on my thigh. Um, oh, a 50 cal Smith and Wesson revolver. Mm. Can you conceal a
And
sledgehammer?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real honest, I'm gonna be really honest. I've never seen or heard of anybody using a revolver, like, concealed like a appendix carry. Never, 'cause whenever people say concealed, that's the first thing I think of is appendix carry.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I think of. But now there's
yeah.
also, like, the shoulder holster. You could put a jacket on and
Mhm.
conceal. Now that would be a way you could conceal carry a 50 caliber revolver, okay? If it didn't have, like, one of these barrels, like Dirty Harry, you know? In that case,
That's
you might
true.
wanna just act like you have a peg leg. You know?
Yeah, yeah. It's, it's really, it's really one of those deals where you have to whatever carries, best for you is what you have to be
Right
comfortable
on,
with.
right on, right on.
Yep.
So, anyways, it is 8:34. Mama's looking at me like, "Are we gonna eat dinner tonight or what?" So, with that being said, I would like to, kinda wrap things up and, kinda just touch on everything we talked about. Um, Again, this is episode 6 of Gearheads and Guardians with myself and my buddy Nitro, AKA Drew. And we've talked about well, I guess cat's out of the bag now, the Strikeman training system that I do sell. Okay. So if you're interested in that, drop us an email, whatever, and I'll hook you up. Um, and also, I have a surprise coming up. Yeah. I haven't talked to you about this yet either.
Dun, dun,
It's going to
dun.
be probably 2 or 3 months in the making, but I have a surprise coming up and I'll talk to you about that offline. But it'd be really cool for the guys out there that that do partake in customizing their weapons and stuff like that, particularly Glocks, SIGs, stuff like that. Um, I got a surprise coming up, and I hope y'all enjoy that. So, with that being said, um, Be on the lookout for that. We talked about training. If you have any questions on anything about training, give us a holler. Not only do I train, physically train, with my weapon, I also read a lot, because with my health the way it's been lately, I haven't got a chance to really get out there and do stuff, outside. So I read a lot. I have a membership with USCCA, okay, and I also have a Personal Defense Network membership, okay, and they're both fantastic. I mean, free training, there's paid training, fantastic organizations. I highly recommend using those resources. Exactly.
Yep.
And it's wonderful resources. It doesn't cost you a ton of money, but again, the resources and the information that you have from those two resources are undoubtedly some of the best that you can get a hold of. And so last thing I wanted to say again, I'll work on that, Mike. I'll work on that. But Rico, if you're watching, I'll be able to help you here soon. Okay. So anyway, I do want to end it. Again, if you ever have thoughts of hurting yourself, harming yourself, anything like that, or if you have anything, you think, dang, is there something wrong with my head? My gourd not working right? What's going on with my pumpkin up here? It's not working.
Make that phone call.
Have somebody help.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're less than a man or a woman or anything like that. It doesn't mean that at all. Yep. That just means something's tired and you need a hand up. That's it. That's all it means. Yep. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're a sissy or whatever. Okay. Nothing like that. It just means a certain part of your body's tired that needs a break.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just call somebody. You have our email. As a matter of fact, let me post that up here real quick. Put my banner up here.
Email us. We will help.
Yeah. You can send your questions or anything like that. Right there's our email address. You can email that. If you have our number, shoot us a text message or call, whatever. Okay. We're always here to help.
Yep.
Okay. And very last thing I do want to kind of close with. I know I opened with it, and I feel like I kind of owe the guy. He's been kind of an influence for me in my whole military career, whether he knew it or not. But there's a gentleman I went to my first duty station, Charlie Company, 44th Signal Battalion, Mannheim, Germany. Charlie Rock, baby. And lost one of our cable dogs 2 days ago. And it was a health issue. It wasn't like he didn't harm himself or nothing like that. He just bad health, and God decided it was time for him to come home instead of suffering. He brought him home. Wow. And from all of us, that are involved with Gearheads and Guardians, and I know for a fact everybody at Charlie Rock, sending our prayers up to you, brother. You take care of yourself, Robert. We love you, bro. Y'all have a good night.